He craves attention. It was always the same thing. He'd get up, go to school, go home, treat his wounds, and repeat. No room for love, no room for joy. The boy has no family. They were taken due to what the police said, too much substances, taking them away while they sleep, never seeing them again. He had no friends. Everyone called him an idiot or a mistake. But he did find comfort in his best friend, Tim. He would stay with him. He wouldn't leave. He'd stay in his backpack and be there when he returned from school. The boy had a passion, a hunger, not for eat or drink, but for closeness and affection. He found that looking at other kids, talking, playing, laughing. Something he didn't know, something he didn't feel. How human interaction can stir so many emotions, can make a symphony of feelings and thoughts flow through anyone. The love for other people stirred hope in him. He was fascinated with the human mind and feeling. He loved humans, young, old, big, small, colored, non-colored. He didn't care. Everyone was like a flower, soft, delicate, beautiful. The boy lived in the woods, away from humans, away from people. The boy loved nature, the trees, the birds' songs, the ants marching, the bees' buzz, the smell of fresh grass, and the touch of a small feather. This was his haven, away from the harsh words, away from the tainted humans, away from the pain. He was calm, he was collected. He was free. He would sit in the clearing in the woods where the trees would open up the sun, where the birds would sing at their best, where he would dance and play. His galaxy, his place of harmony, his home. He kept a journal, a record of his thoughts, thoughts of love, thoughts of humanity, thoughts of hope. Talking to the wind like all famous humans did long ago. He would draw pictures, imagine worlds, and wrote all of it down. That book meant a lot to the boy, like a secret he needed to keep safe, a person to listen to, like a mother or a friend. He wouldn't fail his friend. He wouldn't fail his mother. Today was different. More flowers grew more and more tainted, corrupted, and angry. But why? They would go up to him and beat him, the next day, worse than the last. The boy went to his haven more and more frequently, to enjoy life once more, to embrace the light and warmth of life, to ask questions, to know answers, to treat the red dripping from his nose and mouth, to heal the cuts and brushes left on him, tainting it, just like parasites sucking all the joy out of life, taking away the beauty and laughter, the smiles, the warm feeling. He started wearing longer shirts to cover the bites of the tainted flowers. He would keep Tim, his best, no, only friend, closer to him. He was wilting, like a flower begging and pleading for water and sunlight. He was tired, scared, hurt even. The flowers he enjoyed so much. He would laugh, talk, dance, experiment, discover, wonder, and live. Oh, how they live. So fragile, so pure, so innocent. No, not anymore. The flowers know these humans. They're harsh, cruel monsters. His flowers would never hurt him. His flowers would never taint him. His humanity will never be cruel and unforgiving. The boy, no family, no friends, no hope, didn't go to the humans that day. He stayed in his haven. He stayed in his area of light and love, but the day was just as gloomy as he was. The rain poured, a light drizzle clouding the forest in mist. The birds hide in their trees, and the world is silent. All that could be heard was the leaves in the rain. He enjoyed this, but the enjoyment didn't last long. as he was pulled away from his dream into the wet ground as 4 humans stood over him. They held different tools, different weapons, one wielding an axe. The boy tried to run, struggle, scream. He knew it was futile. He knew it was useless. He knew no one cared. All of his hope is gone. He finally gave up the fight. The 4 humans beat him, breaking bone, bruising skin, saying how much they hated his existence, saying he was stupid, idiotic, a burden, how they didn't care, his haven, now torture chamber, the floors covered in crimson, the trees splattered in red, and the world was filled with laughter, evil laughter. The boy couldn't move, he couldn't scream, the 4 humans looking down at him. One held an axe and struck him, cutting off a part of his face, showing the bone. Another strike to the stomach, cutting off air, and another in between the eyes. Some part of the poor boy was still conscious enough to know what was happening, still alive enough to know their laughter. Insults and torment. They had to be stopped. They wouldn't get away with this. This was his haven. This was his safe place. This was his love. The boy's eyes felt so heavy, but nothing could subdue his rage. He will make them pay, in this world or the next. The nature around him was calling him. The mist surrounding him was comforting him, and the darkness inside him was talking to him, promising blood, vengeance, and peace. He was hesitant. He didn't trust it one bit. One part of him still loved humans and forgave them, but another wanted revenge. The boy made an oath. A deal was made, and the boy closed his eyes. A police investigation took place. Nothing was found. No evidence was discovered. But the whole town was put to silence when they found 4 bodies, butchered, beaten, tortured slowly, sliced open, and harshly gutted in the middle of the forest. The boy's body was never found. Every year, around the same time, 4 kids would go missing. No one knows where, no one knows why. But when people ask survivors, they only point to the mist.